How you doing, everyone? Hope you're all good. So this is a little quick how-to video today. Got a Honda Jazz sitting here, and I'm doing a build series on at the moment, but I'm doing the headlights and they're yucky, sticky, yellow. Can't see out of them going down the road at night. Absolutely terrible. So I've done one and it's crystal clear. So I'm going to go over and do the other side. I'm going to bring you along with me. I'm going to show you the different things that I do step by step and show you how to get yours crystal clear. So welcome in, I'm Carl and this is Waterside Workshop. Let's go. So this is the headlight in question. It's very hard to show, to be honest, but if I go up close, you can see how nasty it is. Covered in all sorts of stuff. Not very nice at all. And hardly showing any light whatsoever when you're trying to drive. Which is just definitely not what you want. We step back, it actually looks half decent, but I'm going to show you it's not. I don't know why I'm showing like that in the camera. Right, so let's get started and show you how to get this crystal clear. Talking of crystal clear, this is what it will look like when finished. You'll be able to see absolutely everything. That'll be crystal, just like that side. Very strange here if I just get it at the right angle. It looks like a really nice light, but it's definitely not. Right, let's start attacking this one and make it really, really nice. If you're wondering what car this is, I'm doing a build series on the channel in this car, so that'll be on the channel. Just go and have a look if you want to have a look at that one. Right, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab myself some soft bagged sandpaper. I'm going to go for this one is a 800 to 1000 soft back like so, and I'm going to basically get on there and sand round in little circles to start with. Obviously try not to get on your bodywork. You only actually want to sand the light. You'll soon see within 10-15 seconds you'll see all the dirt coming off the light. You know, obviously you're scratching the light, but that's the whole point, because you're trying to take a whole layer off the light. Look how dirty and yucky that is. That is not very nice. It's like a yellow scum sort of coming off. Absolutely terrible. Don't know how well that's showing in camera, but it's literally like a, you know, like when the sea foams up and you get that like browny sort of foam. Oh, that's exactly what's coming off here. Not very nice whatsoever. I'll try and sort of take it a bit closer in. See if you can actually see. It's really strange, just not showing up how nasty it is. For some reason that's cancelling out the dirt side of it. I think that's the lights I've got in the workshop here. They're actually meant to help me see what's happening on the cars and, you know, make things stand out on the bodywork and stuff like that. So I think you get the idea. So what I'll do is I'll stop this bit, and I'll come back to you in a bit once we're done this pass, because I'm probably going to spend sort of what, good 10-15 minutes using this grade. Might have us the right way up, and then we'll wipe it off and see where we are from there. Okay, so it's probably been sort of 10-15 minutes or so, and I've been over the light, what, 5-6 times at least. Now I'm just wiping it down and see if we can get some of this off, see what we've got underneath. Now obviously this isn't going to do any damage you got on the inside of the lens, but most of the time, 99.9% of the time, most of the damage is on the outside, so this will enhance it 1,000,000%. So definitely worth doing. I'm just going to grab my watering can, we'll wash this down and get this first layer off. So as you can see, that's all the yellow and all the horrible stuff off as much as possible. It's starting to look pretty good already, but we're far from looking nice. If you turn the headlights on now, all you'll get is a big hazy finish, which you definitely don't want. So next up is going to be, so we're going to go to 1500 next. Don't like to jump too much with the grades, because a lot of the time you end up missing stuff you don't want to miss. Sorry about the planes in the background, but the old army planes are busy around here at the moment. Up in Norfolk, if you don't know. And on this pass, we're not going to go over the light like 10 times or whatever like we did last time. We're just going to get the whole light. Make sure we've covered the whole light. I know it's a bit boring and not exciting to watch, but if you want that good finish, this is how you do it. And I don't really want to skip steps and say, oh look at the magic, or we got to this stage or whatever and you ain't seen nothing's happened, because I could have done anything while the camera was off. Which is why I like to show everything that's happening. I've seen people do this and they do this and then they start polishing and stuff like that, and in the background what they've really done is cut the light back and re-lacquer it and stuff like that, which is not realistic and not real to what's actually being done. Anything on my channel you see is all 100% real, nothing skipped over, and exactly as you see it and how it is that day. Right, so we'll wipe that down. You have to excuse my throat, I've got a bit of a funny throat at the moment. I've just been ill for the last sort of 3.5 weeks, so not good. That's that next stage. We're getting better every pass, every time we do something. Okay, so obviously getting a bit repetitive, but next thing we do is 2000 grit. Just dipping it in soapy water if you're wondering what solution I'm using. I'll show you one pass, but I'll probably do 4 or 5. You want this one to get right in there, smooth the whole light out. You have to go sort of these grits on these headlights. Every light is different on different models, to be honest. And the plastic is used on these are the grades you have to go. You can't jump any grades. Sometimes you can go from like 1000, 2000, 3000, but not on these lights you can't. These lights take a bit more work compared to say something like trying to think actually off the top of my head. What's a different plastic one I always do? An MGZS, something like that. Mark 1, Mark 2. You can jump the grades on them sort of things. You can't jump the grades on these, I'm afraid. Not if you want a crystal clear finish. These lights will look like I've just bought them by the time we get to the end of this video. And no, I'm not going to cheat and put a new set in before anyone says anything in the comments. Lovely jubbly. Right, so I'm going to wash this down while you're on. And I'm going to do that Winter 2000 probably 3 more times, but I'll do that off camera and I'll come back when we're ready for the next step. Okay, so that's 3 more steps along that one. I'm now going to jump over to 2500, and this will be the final grade I use on here. It's normally where I can get away with. There's a little trick I'm going to do in a minute, which I'll show you. I'm just going to do 1 pass and then I'll jump onto the little trick. At the moment I'm using the soap in the bucket. Doesn't really matter which soap you use as long as that's slidey. You can use soap that you wash your hands with in the bathroom type stuff, or you can use gel soaps, little squirty ones. You can use washing up liquid. Basically, as long as that gives it a bit of slidability, as I call it, then that will work. Just so you can slip and slide around with the sandpaper, but you also want to make sure it's cutting at the same time. Otherwise it's completely pointless. Right, I'm going to jump onto the step that you'll see no one else do, but makes a huge difference. Right, so here comes the magic step. Just grab it out of the cupboard. Distilled white vinegar. Now I'm going to use that directly to the pad. As you can see, yes, your hands will smell of vinegar, but it's not going to hurt. And what this does, etches into the light a bit. Sort of opens up the pores on the light. You'll see the huge difference we get in a minute before we've even done anything else, just on this sanding step. It also helps with removing any dirt or anything as well. Don't be shy, just keep whacking it on if you need to. Doesn't matter how much you use as long as you just keep using it. I've been doing this for years and years and years, but it's the first time I've ever mentioned it, to be fair. But different lights are different, hence why you'll see different ones on the channel of different cars, me doing different lights and different steps. Because you do have to use different things on different lights, simple as that. There's no other way around it. As you can see, I'm taking my time, I'm really rubbing it into the light. No messing about, just sand. Now I could do this with a sander if I wanted to, but I'm doing it sort of DIY style, so that's the same as anyone doing at home basically. Right, so that should be looking pretty good. So you just rinse it off just like you would before. Rinse your bit of paper as well before you put that back in your bucket. And what you'll see is on that pass that will start to shine. That will start to etch the light a little bit. And as you can see, this gave us the beginning of a lovely looking light. So next step, put this one away. Now this can be done by hand or it can be done by machine, depending on what you got. I'm going to go with a bit of, well, let's use this one today, shall we? I'm going to use a bit of 3M fast cut. Doesn't have to be that, just some sort of cut. Whatever you can buy. I always have all different ones depending on who's doing a good deal at the time. And I've got my little Milwaukee buffer. Rub this in, don't just put it in one spot, rub it all in the light. Make sure you get it everywhere. Doesn't matter if you get it on the bodywork because it won't hurt at all. Really rub it in. And then basically go for it for probably a good 5 minutes. Obviously I won't keep you on for that, but I'll just show you a quick pass. Right, I think you get the idea. I don't know if you're going to want to watch me do that for 10 minutes, so I'm going to go over the light probably a good 5 or 6 times with the old buffer. Then I'll come back and we'll wipe it off and we'll see where we are. Okay, so that's where we are with 5 or 6 passes. Starting to look pretty good, but still slightly misty. So next step, wipe it over with some vinegar. I won't show you that, but I'll just tell you how to do it. Just wipe it over. I'm going to use a bit of blue roll tissue to do it this time. And all you're doing is just wiping off any dirt or anything that's in the way. You can use panel wipe or something like that as well. Or you can even use lemon juice or an actual lemon. Lime, all does the same thing. Basically what you're doing is just removing any of the dirt. So I'm going to go back to it again. Back on with the polisher again. I'm going to go another 4 times, but this time I'm going to do it really, really slowly. And take my time. It's probably going to take 10 minutes for one whole pass. Now obviously I won't show you that, but I'll just show you the speed I mean. And then you can do that on yours. But basically, get your paste on again. And basically, I'm going to move this slow. I want you to be pressing down as hard as you can without stopping the machine. Obviously don't burn your machine out, but press down pretty hard for a good couple of passes, and then on the last couple come up and go nice and light. You can hear my machine struggling a bit where I'm pressing hard. Sometimes that'll wear the battery out and get it low, but I've got spare on charge ready to go. And just keep going like so, really, really pushing as hard as you can for a couple of passes, and then do a couple of light ones. And I'll come back in a minute once we start doing a couple of light ones. Okay, so I've done some heavy ones. I'm now going to go in and do some light ones, and then we're going to wipe it down and see what we got. What I mean by light is you move around a lot more, you don't press as hard. make sure you get around all your edges and stuff, because there's nothing worse than having a really nice light and then having a couple of chunks that you missed. So I think you get the idea. I'm going to do that for probably about 10 minutes. Okay, so been doing that for about 10 minutes, as I said before. Let's give it a wipe and see where we're getting. You need to check your work every now and again and see where you're actually getting to. There's no point in keep carrying on if you're not actually getting to the point where you want to be. Well, I do say so myself, that already looks like a brand new headlight. Absolutely lovely, crystal clear. Not bad at all, not bad at all. I would take you close up and show you, but we're not done yet. We've got a couple more steps to make it even better, and then I'll take you close up and show you what's what. So next step I'm going to go to the Extra Fine Plus compound. Now you can skip this step if you want to. It won't hurt. But I'm going to do it just to get rid of all the scratches and stuff, because obviously when I get to the end of these cars, I have to put them on for sale and people have to buy them, so I want them to be 100%. Same thing again, just wipe it on. This stuff's not thick like the other stuff, it just goes on nice and soft. Give it a quick whip round and away you go. So you get the idea, so I'm going to do that for a few minutes and I'll come back when I've done that. Wow, it's really starting to look good now. I gave that probably 5 minutes, something like that. Whew. It's literally looking like I just went up behind the dealership and bought another one. Well, I promise you I didn't, because I hate to think how much later. So I'm going to go another step, even though you could stop there quite easily. It's pretty shiny, to be fair. As you can see, it's pretty crystal, but I want it to last. I don't want it to get wet and then start fading again, so I'll go on to the next step. So next step for me is a good quality polish. I'm going to use a 3M finesse it, and I'm not actually going to put it on with the machine this time. We're just going to put it on the cloth, which I'll show you in a sec. There you go. Basically a purple blob. Get your microfiber in a nice position, sort of dab it around the light, and basically just rub it in circles. You don't need to burn this in, because if you burn it in too much with the machine, you can end up making it worse than actually making it better. Now obviously I could do it with a machine quite easy. I've been doing this, don't know, 20 odd years. No, could even be 30 odd years. A long time anyway, since I was a teenager. But basically I find if you just do that, just round and round and round, just nice and lightly, nice and gently, get all the little bits. And you will find literally within a minute or so. That will start to stop spreading in, if that makes sense. It's already doing it to me now. Let's see where it's starting to get sticky and stiff where it won't actually rub in anymore. That's basically the compound doing its job. So when it gets to that stage, leave it, stop, give it 30 seconds, something like that. You don't need to give it long. Get a different cloth, nice clean one. Buff it off. Whew. Look at that. That is unbelievable. That looks absolutely stunning. Not bad at all from where we started anyway. Right, I'm going to do another step, but that's, you can stop there and just put some wax on. I'm just going to put some symmetric coating on, but I know obviously most people won't do that. It's fair enough, but I'm just doing it to seal it up. Basically, as you can see, all over my cloth, and that just rubs on. It's quite an expensive step if you use very good quality stuff, but obviously I have to do all sorts of different cars here, from like little cheapies that are £500 bangers to £50,000 show cars. So I have to have the right gear. But to be honest, even my little cheapies like these, I mean, this will only be what, 1895, something like that when it's finished, because it's got a great history and the condition it's in is unbelievable. But I still put the right stuff on the right things because I want my customers to enjoy their car. You know, keep them going for years and come back and buy another one once I finish with it again. And that does happen to me quite often, to be honest. I get quite a few families come and buy a car, and then they're so happy with it, they come and buy one for their daughter, and etc, etc. So can't complain. Right, so that's sealed that all up. Give that not very long at all, minute or so, something like that. Buff it off with a clean cloth. Wow. It's very hard to see indoors how actually really nice this is, but if I took it outside, that'd be absolutely gleaming. Right, let's go get a close-up. So look at the difference. It's literally like new, if not better than new. It's almost like there's no lens there, if that makes sense. It's so clear. It's unbelievable. You know, when I went close up before, if I go close up now, you basically just see straight in through the lens. Very nice. So, I hope you enjoyed that. Hope I give you good few tips to getting your headlights from horrible, sticky, yucky yellow to crystal clear, probably better than brand new factory. And obviously they'll work much, much better at night when you're out driving. You'll be able to see everything what you're doing. You flick your main beam on, that'll be light, daylight. Be crazy. They come up really, really well. If you want to see them absolutely perfect once I've finished this, doing this video on this car, not this one I'm doing now, but the actual main build, I do like the last video where I take it to me photo spot and go right around it and do a good old photo shoot, and you'll see how good they are then, because out in the natural daylight they're going to look, well, you probably hardly see them because they'll be so crystal clear the light will just go straight through them. They'll look like they're not there, if that makes sense. But like I say, I hope I help you out. That'll save you a fair bit of money on replacing your lights, because I can imagine a Honda headlight is hundreds of pounds for a new one, which you definitely don't want to be doing, do you? If you can help it anyway. So thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video and it helped you out, please leave a thumbs up and put a comment in the video below. and I'll see you soon in the next one. Bye for now.